Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky15 where I'll be giving you my EachWay Lucky15 predictions for tomorrow's horse racing action as usual here on the channel. Well, it was another frustrating day, on here at least anyway, with our EachWay Lucky15. 2 second places today. Our Napson are presenting, to be fair, putting in a bold performance, front running most of the way, and its jumping was good and solid for most of the way round, but at the end it just got pipped and it finished in second place. But it did go up in price at 6 to 1 in the end. The market kind of really didn't fancy it throughout the day, and at 6 to 1 each way, I'll take that. So that wasn't a bad selection there. Then we had Pretty Pass for William Haggis and Martin Harley. Was vulnerable always to Improver, because in that maiden race Pretty Pass was probably bringing in one of the best pieces of form, but the horse that won that race, it was definitely an eye catcher, maybe one for future races to have a look and see what it does. So second in that race there wasn't too bad. Our other horses that let us down today were the Stalking Moon, which never really got into it at Beverley, was quite disappointing. And then we had Harbour at Chelmsford, again, same kind of story, never really got into the race, wasn't very prominent. I kind of noticed tonight actually at Chelmsford it paid decent to be towards the front early on, because a lot of the horses that did win tonight were coming from the front early on. So bit disappointing there with the tactics. It might have been better if Harbour had been at the front earlier on, and that might have seen be more prominent in the race and possibly could have won the race. So like I said, it wasn't the greatest day we've had on here on our EachWay Lucky15. However, on our Load A Lot that you might have checked us out on Twitter, you can go and check us out over there if you don't follow us already at Twitter at LuckyLoaders15. Check us out. We actually had 2 out of 3 winners. We actually backed John Caesar in the last at Beverley at 15 to 2 at an earlier price. So that was a good selection there. And then also at Chelmsford as well, we had a 9 to 1 winner with Your Call in the 840. We got that at 9 to 1 last night, but ended up going off at 7 to 1 today, and that wasn't too bad there. So we had 2 out of 3 winners there, and the other horse that we selected was Over in Ireland. Blue Petal was clear from the rest of the others, finishing in 4th place, and it was always kind of a bit of a quartet that was going to dispute the final positions for that race there. So wasn't the worst prediction we've ever made. But all in all, it wasn't a bad day today, with the Load A Lot resuming our credibility as a horse racing tipster. So it wasn't the greatest day, but hopefully we can have a better day tomorrow. There's some good horse racing on tomorrow, and we're actually about to enter a good phase and a good period within horse racing coming up. We've got a lot of group races at the end of the week at Newmarket, and we've also got the big meeting on Chantilly on the weekend. So it looks quite exciting over the next few days, getting stuck into the horse racing, and hopefully we can have a bit of fun with the selections we make there. So we're going to go through an EachWay Lucky15 in a minute, but also as well, like I've already mentioned, check us out on Twitter, because we will be doing a Load A Lot where I select a few horses that I think may be worth backing on a single or a double, or if you want to put them all in like on a Yankee. It's up to you what you want to do with those tips there, but that's just something I do away from our EachWay Lucky15 here on our YouTube channel. So anyway, enough of me going on about today's racing. Tomorrow's racing for our first leg on our EachWay Lucky15. We're going to Goodwood tomorrow for the 345 in a listed race. It's quite a tough little one to work out, and there were a few creditable horses that could have good claims to win this race, but the one I've gone for is actually one that we were going to back a few days ago, or about a week ago now, but I believe it got withdrawn due to the ground. But I don't know why they did. They say it was the ground, but this horse had run on soft ground, and the going tomorrow at Goodwood is soft, but I don't think that's a problem for this horse as long as it runs tomorrow. The horse that we're going for here is called Born to Be Alive. It's currently 6 to 1 with bookmakers at the moment. It's got quite a good little form figures at the moment, really, because it's not been doing anything wrong. I believe it's had 3 or 4 seconds and a win to its name, so it arrives here in really good form and is a very much an improving type of horse. It's currently 6 to 1 with bookmakers at the moment. It ran here at Goodwood a couple of starts ago on soft ground, finishing second out of 17 runners, and it only just finished second that day. And also as well, it's been running in some good company of late. It ran over in France last time out, finishing second, so that was no disgrace there. And I thought in this field tomorrow, as this horse is still only 3 years old, we'll get the 3-year-old allowance. I thought with Jim Crowley aboard tomorrow, and he's riding for Carl Burke as well, who's had a very good season, especially with his younger horses as well. I thought this horse had a very good chance of making the frame tomorrow, and that's going to be the one that's going to open us off tomorrow. Born to Be Alive at 6-1 in the 3:45 at Goodwood. Our second selection then comes up to Redcar in the 4:10, and the horse that we're going for here is a horse called Granny Ross. Also again 6-1 with bookmakers at the moment, trained by David Barron, and Ben Curtis will be taking the ride tomorrow. They've had a good relationship on this horse this season. This horse has been very consistent in around the place money, and also has had a win to its name recently at Ripon on soft ground, which will be probably most likely be the going at Redcar tomorrow. It's been described as good to soft, but probably more softer than good, as obviously there's been a lot of rain about, and I thought this horse could definitely handle the conditions tomorrow. Also as well, they're trying the blinkers for the first time, which hopefully will keep the consistency of this horse going, and I thought at 6-1 tomorrow this was definitely a very good each way shout on this horse. So that's going to be my second selection tomorrow, Granny Ross in the 4:10 at Redcar. We then go over to Perth for the only jumps fixture in Britain tomorrow, and we go to the 4:30 with a horse called Ahead of the Curve, and hopefully this horse is still ahead of the curve with the handicapper. Last time out it made its handicap debut, and it won quite nicely at Perth that day. It was trained by the family duo of Susan Corbett, and I believe it must be her son James Corbett will be taking the ride tomorrow. Good conditional jockey using his £5 claim here, so that'll come in handy tomorrow. Like we already mentioned, it won quite well last time, and it's still only 5 years old. It's still relatively unexposed, and since it's changed hands to this stable for Susan Corbett, it's been running really well. So I thought this horse tomorrow, currently 5-2, will take all the beating in that race tomorrow, and that's going to be the third selection in our Each Way Lucky 15 tomorrow. The last horse that I'm going for tomorrow is Goodwood again in the 4:50, and this is going to be my nap for tomorrow. It's called Abiento. It's currently 7-2 with bookmakers at the moment. It's trained by Ed Walker, and Jamie Spencer will be taking the ride tomorrow. Last time out it made all at Windsor, winning quite nicely. I still thought it was still ahead of the handicapper, as it has been rated higher in the past off a mark of 80. It's running off a mark of 75 tomorrow, which I still thought was a workable mark. And I also thought as well that if you look at its previous form, it has run and done not too badly on soft. So I thought the conditions shouldn't be a major factor for it tomorrow. Also as well, Ed Walker has brought out a lot of good in this horse after it used to be owned and trained by Richard Fahey, and I thought Abiento tomorrow would take all the beating in the last selection for us there in the 4:50 at Goodwood. So that's my Each Way Lucky 15 predictions for tomorrow. If you disagree or want to take me on, please let us know in the comments box below. It's always interesting to see what you think will run well in the races that I've selected. Also as well, just give us your best bets of the day if you've got anything else that you think is worth a mention tomorrow. Also as well, go over to Twitter to check us out with our load a lot of the selections that we give away from our Each Way Lucky 15 that might be worth doing, like we've already mentioned, so check us out there. Also as well, please subscribe to our YouTube channel here at Lucky15 for more horse racing daily content. Also as well, please gamble responsibly. I don't want you losing too much money from my selections, even though we have had not a bad day today with the load a lot. Always watch what you bet. So that's all I've got to say really. Hopefully we can have a good day tomorrow. Check us out, like I said, on Twitter for the load a lot, and we'll be seeing you soon.